Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Talk Science. Today's topic is about the endocrine system. And joining me today is physiologist from U of T, the University of Taiwan, Dr. Stephen Cheng.
Well, first off, I would like to say good afternoon to all the viewers on Talk Science, and thanks for having me here.
First off, doctor, what is the endocrine system? What jobs or functions does it perform for the human body?
Well, the endocrine system is a collection of glands on an organism that release hormones to our circulatory system. It's sort of like information signal system, like our nervous system, but the mechanism and effects are different. For example, the effects in the endocrine system are slow to process, and it lasts from a few hours up to weeks.
So doctor, the nervous system would send its information very quickly, right?
Yes, exactly.
And its responses would be shortly lived?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, doctor, but the endocrine system is in charge of the slower processes in the body, such as cell growth.
Yes, that's one example.
And the nervous system would be in charge of the faster ones, for example, breathing and body movement, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, alright, Dr. Chen, we have a caller on the line right now. Wanted to ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, caller number one, what's your name, bud?
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is John Stoop, and I just want to ask the doctor, what are the organs or organ systems that are involved in the endocrine system? And is it possible for you to show us what they look like?
Well, major endocrine system include the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the pancreas, ovaries, testes, the thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, hypothalamus, and adrenal gland.
Oh, the pancreas. Isn't that the organ that secretes insulin to the human body?
Yes.
So then, people with diabetes have a malfunction in this organ where it doesn't secrete insulin to the body, therefore raising their high blood sugar?
Yes.
So Dr. Cheng, how will the human body react if the system is working correctly?
Well, if the system is functioning correctly, it should release the hormones to our circulatory system, which will balance our body energy level, and our digestive and our nerve system will function properly. Well, I actually have a picture that shows the whole endocrine system. Well, first we got the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus, the thyroid gland, the parathyroid gland, the adrenal gland, we got the pancreas, and then we got the ovaries, and then we have the testes.
Alright, so we have another caller on the line, Dr. Cheng. Why don't you ask you a question?
Well, go ahead.
Alright, caller number two, what's your name?
Hi, hey guys, my name is Earl. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, and I just want to ask the good doctor here, so how do you know the system is not working well, or if it's damaged or whatever?
Well, just like what you said before, diabetes is one of the common diseases that occurred in the endocrine system. If you are encased with it, you will have high blood sugar.
What symptoms would you experience if you do have high blood sugar?
Well, it depends how severe is your case. You may feel nothing at all, or you may just enter the coma. So the only way of finding out how high is your blood sugar is to check it regularly.
Final question, doctor. Obviously, we don't have a lot of time to get into all the details about the system, but I just want to squeeze in this final question. What are the jobs of the cells in this system? What special features do these cells have, or how have they adapted to the system in any way?
Well, just what I mentioned before, these cells are specializing to release the hormones to our circulatory system, which will carry to our other parts of the body. For example, like our body's growth and development.
Thank you very much, doctor. That's all the time we have for today's episode of Talk Science. But before we go, Dr. Cheng, you have a DVD that you'd like to share to the audience?
Well, yes, in fact, it's already in the market. It's called The Secrets of the Endocrine. It's a great reference because it tackles everything what we said about earlier in this episode and much more. So if you want to learn more about the endocrine system, go check it out.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Talk Science, and see you guys next week.
Action.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of Talk Science. But before we go, Doctor,
Two. Action.
thank you very much, Doctor.
Action.
Thank Thank you very much, Doctor. That's all the time we have for today's episode of Talk Science. But before we go, Dr. Cheng, do you have a DVD that you'd like to share to the audience?
Yes, in fact, it's already in the market. It's called The Secrets of the Endocrine. It's a good reference because it tackles what and oh my goodness. This time is me. Wow. Oh shit.
I don't know.
What?
Usually I can't stop laughing in the beginning. I don't know why it's like at the end now.
What the heck is
Thank you
wrong
very
with you
much.
guys?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Doctor. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of Talk Science. Before we go, Dr. Cheng, you have a DVD you want to share for the